Auburn will take on Virginia in the first round of the Final Four today at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern Time for the first bid to the championship game in men's basketball. Auburn has never made it to the Final Four, and it'll be its first appearance today. And obviously, if victory is pulled off, it'll be the first ever appearance in the championship game by Auburn basketball. We're expecting Bryce Brown, Jared Harper, Bruce Pearl, and the rest of the team to come down through these elevators in just a few moments. I've got fans over here waiting, fans behind me waiting, and fans upstairs in the other lobby waiting to celebrate with this team and welcome this team in its first ever appearance in the Final Four. We've got police officers roping off the area over here. We've got police dogs making sure that there is safety for the Final Four appearance. Auburn is extremely well represented today for its first ever Final Four appearance in Minneapolis. The Tiger Walk was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock Central Time today. However, some reports came out that it'll be moved up to 2:30. So hopefully there won't be too long until the players move out for their buses momentarily. War Eagle, guys. So, sorry, guys. I'm just a little bit confused with when we will be going live with the Tiger Walk, as we have about 30 minutes left right now. We talked a lot about, at the Toomer celebration, about Bryce Brown's 24-point and Jared Harper's 26-point performances against Kentucky in the Elite Eight to bring Auburn an overtime victory for its first ever appearance. This team has gone through a lot, suffering a major injury to Chuma Okeke against UNC with 8 minutes to go in the Sweet 16 appearance. They went through injuries with Austin Wiley. They missed D'Angelo Purifoy for the first third of this season. This Auburn team has gone through a lot of adversity to make it to this point. Opened the season at ranked number 8, fell out, and became unranked shortly after that, and this team is in the Final Four, representing the SEC and the Midwestern Regional bracket. There are about to get a chance going on outside, as fans are very excited to welcome this team. So I'm going to do a couple quick interviews for you guys, and hopefully we'll have the team come out very shortly. Anybody want to be interviewed? Sure? Sure. You'll be interviewed? Okay, I'll get to you in just 1 second. All right, can you tell me what your name is and where you're from?
I'm Holly Shumpert. I'm from Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola, Florida. Did you go to Auburn, or what's your relation to this school?
I'm an Auburn alum. I graduated in 1992. I have a daughter there now and a son going next year. My brother's here with me. He's also an alum.
Obviously, first ever Final Four appearance. As a longtime Auburn fan, what's it mean to actually have this team be successful in basketball?
It's history. We've all believed in Auburn forever. We love it. We're family. And that's why we're all standing here, because we love them so much. This is our team. We're all here to get behind them.
Bruce Pearl has done an incredible job with this program. Many said that he embodies that Auburn family mentality. What does Bruce Pearl mean to you as a fan?
Bruce Pearl brought us all together to love Auburn basketball. He stands out on that concourse handing out free pizza to students because he wants to get them all encouraged about this program. He said he was going to build a top 25 program, and he did it, and we're all so excited. He is Auburn family to all of us.
Last question for you. Do you think Auburn will win the national championship game on Monday night?
War Eagle, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, and have a great weekend. Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Jill Mitchum, and I'm from Albertville, Alabama, and an Auburn graduate.
Auburn graduate. What year did you graduate?
66.
So you've gone through a long time of Auburn basketball being pretty much nothing. What does Auburn success mean for you as a longtime fan?
It makes me the proudest alumni that could ever live. I'm just so happy. That's the only reason I'm here, is because Auburn's here.
So you made the long trek to Minneapolis, and I was about to ask you, what does it mean to you to actually sacrifice this kind of time and money to support the team?
Sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. It's an honor to be here. I'm just so happy for the team, for the fans, for all the alumni, and all the students now. It's great.
You've gone through a lot of football successes, especially the national championship a couple years ago. How does it feel that your school is now also a basketball school?
Great, because I love basketball. I'm just so happy that we're here and so proud of them.
When I say Bruce Pearl, what's the first thing that you think of?
A winner. Yes, a winner.
Players are about to walk out of these elevators very shortly. If one of them came over to you and wanted to have a conversation with you, which player would you hope it would be, and what would you say to them?
I don't want to say one over the other. I think they're all equal. I'm not going to do that. They're all equal.
Well, thank you so much, and have a great weekend. clearly a lot of people very excited for this game today. We've got a great sign right here. I want to show you guys. Okeke Dunbar 19. Chuma Okeke obviously going down with that ACL injury against UNC. He means a lot to this team. The Do It For Chuma hashtag was trending for Auburn's Twitter accounts. And Malik Dunbar, longtime player for Auburn. He is a senior. This is his last tournament. This is his potentially last appearance or these last 2 games for Malik as an Auburn basketball player. So Malik and Chuma will be honored to see that sign hopefully in just a few minutes from now. Would you like to answer a couple questions? No? All right. Anybody like to answer a couple questions really quick? Yeah? All right, buddy, what's your name and where are you from?
Ward, and I am from Rome, Georgia.
From Rome, Georgia? How long did it take you to get here today?
2 hours.
2 hours? That's awesome. So, how old are you?
7.
7. So you didn't. What does Auburn winning mean to you?
A lot.
A lot. Do you have a favorite player? Who?
Bryce Brown.
And why is Bryce your favorite?
He shoots threes like me.
He shoots threes like you. So is Bryce the one player you would hope to come over here and give you a high five? Will you be shouting his name trying to get his attention?
No.
No? All right, we'll try to point his attention over to you so you can give him a high five. How's that sound?
Good.
All right, can I get a War Eagle?
War Eagle.
All right, thank you. Anybody want to be interviewed really quickly? No? Yeah? Just waving to the camera, okay. No, we're not with the university. With Right Side Sports, we're a live streaming service in Opelika, Alabama. Just a few minutes now for Auburn. We got some fans trying to wave at us behind. Here, we're going to turn the camera around really quick. Nope. Okay, he's going to put his last name up to the window. Fans are trying to pack out the sidewalk as well, as you can loosely see, as people are lining up waiting for the team players to walk out onto the bus. We've seen the cheerleaders, we've seen band members, and some assistant coaches walk over to the buses a little bit earlier. Aubrey was walking over to the bus just a few minutes ago. And so we're all waiting in anticipation for Auburn basketball to walk out to the buses. There's Bo. And there was Bo Jackson walking out of the hotel. He's walking onto the team buses right now. And just threw everyone by surprise and got everyone very excited. Bo Jackson here to celebrate Auburn's first ever appearance in the Final Four. I don't know why he thought we would all be quiet, but he did. Shushing the crowd, trying to get people to quiet down. This is Auburn basketball's day today. And I'm going to pull up the YouTube chat and see if I can answer any questions for you guys while we wait. And they've got elevators blocked off, and these 2 elevators will be the ones that the team walks out very shortly to that bus that you guys saw just in the back right now. This is a big day for Auburn University. It's first ever Final Four appearance. Bruce Pearl talked about what this victory and what this tournament appearance means to the school, bringing validation to the school's programs, bringing validation to other Auburn sports teams as well. Auburn's found a lot of success in baseball and softball, equestrian, and other sports as well, but Auburn basketball could bring a lot of well-known people to the university. Besides just Tim Cook and Robert Gibbs, Auburn University does have a lot of alumni and will bring a lot of people interested in this school's programs and in the school's research, as Auburn is now a Carnegie institution for research for the first time ever. All right, sorry guys, just listening to some of the specifics on how the team is lined up. We are in the right place, so we'll have those guys for you very shortly. Like I said before, Auburn is now a Carnegie Institution for Research for the first time ever, which is a big deal. And Auburn winning in basketball could bring a lot more people, a lot more money to the university as well, with a lot of projects and a lot of renovations to some of the buildings. I think there are people also up there waiting to catch a glimpse of this team walking out, as they will tip off in just under 3 hours, 5:09 Central, 6:09 Eastern Time. So Auburn basketball will premiere in the Final Four for the first time ever very shortly from now. Everyone very excited for that. There, like I mentioned before, there's another lobby upstairs on the 5th floor of this hotel where it is packed. It's very hard to breathe and maneuver up there, but we're going to be down here to get the guaranteed shot of these players walking out. And so please just check out Auburn's Twitter. I'm assuming there's going to be some videos or pictures of what the scene is going to be like up there. We're very excited to see Auburn basketball perform in the Final Four and walk out of these elevators very shortly from now. There were recent reports coming out when we were leaving Auburn early yesterday that Bryce Brown, Jared Harper, Javon McCormick, and a couple other players were suffering cold-like symptoms. Bruce Pearl and Jared Harper were very quick to put those rumors to bed, saying that we'll be 100% for the game. It sounds like Bryce Brown is on the mend. He was on the come-up yesterday, and so Bryce seems to be okay. Jared, also no reports that he'll miss any game time today. It seems like all the players are at 100% health for tonight's game. None of these players would miss this game. Jared Harper, star point guard, the junior. Bryce Brown, the senior. There are some key seniors on this team. Malik Dunbar, Horace Spencer. There is not a lot of space down here for as many people that want to be here for the Tiger Walk. It is a crowded atmosphere right now as everyone's steeped in anticipation for these players. There are barricades out there leading up just to the team bus. We're trying to make sure that only the players walk through this space right here. I will have some more for you guys in just a couple minutes as we're waiting for team members to walk out. We are at the team hotel. It would be the Marriott City Center here in downtown Minneapolis. Auburn's whole basketball team there and everyone affiliated with the university is staying at this hotel. The Auburn team bus has been parked out here for a few hours now. Many people with the university are spread out throughout the city. I'm not sure where the other team hotels are, but we're at the Marriott City Center here in downtown Minneapolis, just a few blocks down the road from US Bank Stadium. It should be a very short trip for the men's basketball team. They should have a police escort to get them there quickly so they can take up warm-ups and get ready for the biggest game of their lives and their careers. We are waiting for the Tiger Walk, which will be taking place today at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern Time. Tip-off for Auburn's Final Four game against Virginia will be at 5:09 Central, 6:09 Eastern Time, and they will be playing in their first Final Four game. Then, if they win, it'll be a 7 o'clock appearance on Monday night against the winner of Michigan State and Texas Tech. So, 2 games left in the season for Auburn basketball, as they will have to go through 2 of those 3 teams. But first off, Virginia tonight, a poor offensive team in Virginia, but they take care of the ball very well, and they play great defense. They've got Derek Henner, a good power forward, 6'8". He's got some solid length that Chuma Okeke would have done a great job defending against. However, without Chuma in this game, it'll be very interesting to see what Auburn throws at him to defend him from putting up a lot of points inside the paint. Bryce Brown, Jared Harper will find a lot of success in the transition, as Virginia is one of the worst teams defending and scoring in transition. So if Auburn can force the turnovers like it has all season, being the best turnover forcing team in the nation, then Auburn will find success against Virginia, who is not very quick. And Auburn made UNC, a very quick team, look very slow in that Sweet 16 performance. So Auburn does have a very good path to winning tonight, but they need to force turnovers against a very smart and patient Virginia squad. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out for Auburn's basketball team today. We've got some people waiting to get off right now, trying to go through.
Thank you. Right through here.
It is a very tightly packed area right now. The Tiger Walk was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock Central Time, but was rescheduled by the Auburn Tigers Twitter account for 2:30. So we should be expecting the Auburn men's basketball team here very shortly at the Marriott Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Texas Tech and Michigan State will be playing in the game very shortly after Auburn, Virginia, and we'll be playing the winner on Monday night in the same location at US Bank. We're still waiting for those players right now, as they should be coming down very shortly. And there's some fans chanting and celebrating, waiting for the Auburn team to walk out to that bus right there. Crowding the street and the sidewalk right there by the team hotel. Eagerly waiting this team's appearance in the Final Four. This is a basketball program that struggled mightily just a few years ago before Bruce Pearl's arrival. And Auburn basketball has been turned around, becoming a top 25 program, as mentioned earlier, and making its first ever deep tournament appearance in its program's history. And we got some more people coming off the elevator.
We're hoping. Actually, hoping you heard this.
There's some people upstairs over on the skywalk looking to get a glimpse of this team on their way to the bus. This is a very tightly packed area of the hotel, but this is where the players will be coming out to their team bus on their way to US Bank Stadium. After the Elite Eight victory over Kentucky, Tim Cook tweeted celebrations for Auburn basketball, and Bruce Pearl asked him to put Auburn and a basketball emoji in his Twitter bio, and Tim Cook went ahead and did it. So it now reads Auburn basketball, then Duke basketball, which is quite an accomplishment for this school. And so Tim Cook, a Auburn alum, has shown his appreciation for this team's success. And I believe that everyone else, a part of the Auburn family, feels the exact same way about Auburn's appearance here in the Final Four. And there's another shot of what's going on outside. The bus moved, but there still is the line of fans waiting to greet their Auburn Tigers basketball team. We are waiting for the players who should be here in just about 10 minutes or so. About to get a chance beginning right now. This is an Auburn team in Bruce Pearl's 5th season, built by Bruce. The culture has been instilled by Bruce. A three-point shooting team, a strong, fast team that forces lots of turnovers and moves down the court very quickly to score transition points. Malik Dunbar, Horace Spencer, two of the biggest seniors on the team who have meant so much to the program and who helped build this culture, alongside junior Jared Harper. Sophomore Chuma Okiki also has been incredible for this program as Bruce Pearl looks to build upon a good year last year that was cut short by a dominant Clemson team. And Bruce Pearl is looking to rebound and then build off of this appearance and still a dynasty with Auburn basketball. Many in Auburn's campus have talked about trying to kick off Kentucky as the dominant SEC school. And with the way Bruce Pearl's teams have been playing in the past 2 years, it is very likely and it is very optimistic for Auburn fans to be the new SEC powerhouse team.
I'm getting on the bus.
Take a right through the people. You'll see the big tunnel.
Where's the other one?
I'm through there watching.
More chants going on outside right now. It's great to be an Auburn Tiger and the War Eagle chant that follows it. Auburn fans really want to see their basketball team walk out right now before the game. We are at the Marriott City Center here in downtown Minneapolis at the Auburn Team Hotel, waiting for the Auburn players to walk out and perform the traditional Tiger Walk before big Auburn games. We're expecting all the Auburn men's basketball players alongside head coach and the assistant coaches to walk out onto their team buses just down the block.
We'll turn where you want. We're going to set this walk thing up right now. So,
Watch out, guys.
That's fine. I don't want you to get blamed for anything as hard as you work.
We are here in the Marriott City Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, downtown, just a few blocks from US Bank Stadium at the Team Hotel, waiting for Auburn Tigers men's basketball team to walk out to their team buses. We're in the main lobby He is on the 5th floor. We're at the entry elevators downstairs, just out by the street where the buses are parked, waiting for the team to walk out for the traditional Tiger Walk that the men's football and men's basketball teams traditionally do before each game. We're expecting Bruce Pearl, Jared Harper, Malik Dunbar, Bryce Brown, and the entire team, except for Chuma Okiki, to come out down these elevators in just a couple minutes, as we saw tweets by the Auburn Tigers Twitter account that the Tiger Walk will be executed at 2:30 today. This hotel is trying to figure out how the best way to do this is. They've never had something like this, and it is a very interesting process. We just overheard a conversation with some people with the university saying that the players will walk down between 2:40 and 2:45. So we got about 10 to 15 minutes left before the players make their way through this area of the lobby to the team buses on their way to US Bank Stadium. And there are a lot of elevators of people who were up in the lobby earlier, and there are people who are in this hotel who are trying to either participate in the Tiger Walk or go to the game or go get some food and wait for Auburn's basketball team to make their way to their team buses. Auburn beat Kentucky 77-71 in a big Elite Eight overtime win in Kansas City just a week ago. And now they will be taking on Virginia in the first game of the Final Four, the first Final Four of program history. Jared Harper had 26 points and Bryce Brown had 24 as they carried the team through Kentucky's defense. Kentucky had beaten Auburn twice that year, including a bad 30-point loss, which was the last loss Auburn has suffered as a team this season. Auburn has not lost since that day, winning in the entire month of March and winning in the last week of April to go on a very impressive run in the tournament as well, beating Blue Bloods Kansas, Kentucky, and UNC to make their way to the Final Four. The only other team to ever do that, to beat those three teams in the tournament, was Arizona in 1997, and they as well went on to win the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. So Auburn has a lot of company, or at least one team in company, pulling this sort of feat off. No 5 seed has ever won the championship. One 5 seed before has made it to the championship game, but they lost. So Auburn could be the very first 5-seeded team to ever win. They were the only 5 seed this tournament to make it out of the first round. So Auburn basketball already proving the doubters wrong. On Clay Travis's radio show, he said that 40% of the country is rooting for Auburn. However, Auburn is not favored against Virginia, and many analysts and many pundits are picking Virginia to beat Auburn. So Auburn does perform better as the underdog, and hopefully these guys will get hot early against a tough defensive team in Virginia. Virginia coming out of the ACC. They're the only ACC team to come out of the tournament, and they will be playing a tough game against Auburn. They will try to slow the tempo down. They will try to defend the three-point ball, and they will be very cautious about passing the ball and will look to limit as many turnovers as possible against the number one turnover forcing team in the country, the fastest team in the country, and the best team in the country and in the tournament when it comes to transition points. Virginia, the worst in the country in transition points. So Virginia is going to need to slow this pace down, and they are going to have their hands full with a very fast Bryce Brown and very fast Jared Harper. They made UNC look very slow. They made UNC, another fast team, look like they couldn't play in transition. And Auburn will hopefully be able to exploit that at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are now about 5 to 10 minutes away from the players walking through the elevator, walking through this lobby to make it onto their team bus. Auburn fans very excited to welcome their Tigers here in the Final Four for the first time ever. This team has found a way to rally around Chuma Okeke's injury that he suffered with 8 minutes left against the UNC. Chuma was an instrumental part of this team. Many players have routinely called Chuma the best one. After practice and after games, Chuma was expected to be drafted in the late first round, maybe early second round, with many projections having him go into the NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors, with a 30th overall pick. Chuma has a bright future. He has played an incredible season, and it is unfortunate that he has torn his ACL. He'll be out for the next 10 to 12 months as he has to heal and rehab that knee. Chuma is a sophomore, so he had the potential to come back this year, although it was not likely. Chuma had surgery on Tuesday with Dr. James Andrews, the most well-known and the best surgeon for ACL repairs and knee consultations. So we know that Chuma was in great hands earlier this week. This Auburn team has done an incredible job fighting through lots of obstacles put in its path. D'Angelo Purifoy missed the first third of the season and had to be reintegrated in mid to late December, and the team struggled to find its identity during that process. Austin Wiley came back from injury, then got injured again, and the team had to figure out ways to score and play defense. All in all, through all of those troubles, through all of the adversity, they have made it to the Final Four for the first time under Bruce Pearl, for the first time in the program history. And Auburn basketball, Bruce Pearl deserves an immense amount of credit for pulling this off when no one thought they could. when no one believed in this team. This team plays and performs well as an underdog, and they are certainly an underdog tonight against number 1 Virginia. Although, if you'll remember, just a year ago, Virginia, the 1 seed, was the first ever team to lose to a 16 seed. So we know that Virginia is capable of choking under pressure in the tournament, early or late. This is also their first Final Four appearance under their head coach. Tom Izzo, head coach of Michigan State, has made 8 Final Four appearances. Texas Tech's head coach Chris Beard and Bruce Pearl have each only had 1. This is their first appearance, so it'll be the newcomers versus the perennial arrivals, Michigan State Spartans, who came off of an impressive win over Duke on Sunday, the number 1 seed in Zion Williamson. So Michigan State and Texas Tech, also very good teams, and they will face Auburn with an Auburn victory. Tonight, they'll play Auburn on Monday night in the same place at 7 o'clock Central. We are just a couple minutes away from Auburn basketball's Tiger Walk here in downtown Minneapolis. Auburn is going to have to force turnovers tonight against Virginia, who passes the ball very efficiently and very smartly. They do not turn the ball over frequently. They hold on to the ball. They run the shot clock down as low as possible. They don't have the best perimeter defense, which holds a lot of potential for Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, who shoot the 3 very well. However, Auburn finds a lot of success on a lot of its points in transition off of turnovers. Auburn is the number 1 team in the country in forcing turnovers, and they're going to have to figure out ways of forcing the Cavaliers to commit as many mistakes as possible tonight.
Any bus 5 riders need to go out that more. Hey Francis, sorry, good to see you. So that's
yeah. We are just a couple minutes away now from Auburn basketball's arrival in the lobby, the downstairs lobby, I should say, here in Minneapolis, to get on their team bus to go to U.S. Bank Stadium. Tip-off is at 5:09 Central, 6:09 Eastern Time, and it will be the first of 2 games in the Final Four tonight, which will precede Michigan State and Texas Tech playing after that to play the winner of Auburn, Virginia in the championship game on Monday night here in Minneapolis. Groups of fans upstairs on the skywalk trying to get a good view of their team, who is making their huge appearance, the first ever in school history. This is a big deal for Auburn fans who went through a rough patch of years with Tony Barbee at the helm. Bruce Pearl has turned this team around in 5 years, making a formidable offense and a turnover forcing defense with speed and length. And Auburn's basketball's hard work and dedication under Bruce Pearl will pay off very shortly tonight and Monday night. Auburn has traveled very well to this game and to Kansas City as well, trying to root on their Tigers. Auburn traditionally is not the best performer on the road, however, seems to have found its stroke and found its success away from home during this stretch of games. We are waiting for this team to make the Tiger Walk. With a victory tonight, we will also be here on Monday for the Tiger Walk for the Auburn family walking out to their buses to go to U.S. Bank for the championship game just a couple hours before. You said 2:45, right? You can see how Auburn has traveled very well for this tournament.
Right now, we're just trying to get them out. Once I come out, I'll come out with the first of our team. And once you see me, then right now, yeah, we don't really have anyone else to get them to, so we're just trying to funnel them out as best we can.
The team should be down here any minute now, as they were supposed to be down here roughly at 2:45 Central Time, 3:45 Eastern, just a couple hours before their biggest game of their careers and the biggest game of their lives. So it is an exciting day for these Auburn Tigers. Some of them are seniors. This is their last appearance in the tournament. Jared Harper, a junior, will potentially come back next year. Anthony McLemore will likely come back, as well as Chumo Kiki, who's injured with a torn ACL. There are a lot of players, there are a lot of foundational pieces alongside Samir Dowdy and Javon McCormick, D'Angelo Purifoy, and Austin Wiley, who will be paired alongside transfer Jamal Johnson from Memphis, Austin Wiley's former AAU teammate, and potential recruits in the 2019 and 2020 class for the non-juniors. And this team is primed and set up to become a dynasty in the SEC and the dynasty in the NCAA with continued success from Bruce Pearl, who has done an incredible job in the 5 years of being head coach, forming this culture of speed, forcing turnovers, and, of course, what Auburn has become very well known of, shooting the three ball very well, making over 440 threes this season, making that a record in the SEC and also for Auburn men's basketball program. An impressive run by the Auburn Tigers as they have beaten 3 Blue Bloods, Kansas, then UNC, and then Kentucky, all in the NCAA tournament. Only one other school has done that, and that was the 97 Arizona Wildcats, who went on to win the national championship. So Auburn Tigers are looking to use that as motivation. They're using Chumo Kiki's suffered ACL tear against UNC as another rallying point as well. And also, Auburn looks to make history of being the first ever 5 seed to win the tournament. The 8 seed has won it once. No 5 seed has ever won it. It would be an incredible accomplishment for Auburn as they make history in another way, but on the national level. The Tigers will be coming out of the elevator any moment now.
I want the second floor to be Auburn. I want the ground floor to be Tigers. Auburn! Tigers! Auburn! Tigers! Auburn! Tigers! Auburn! Tigers!
Fans getting excited before their team's appearance. They are going to play in just over 2 hours from now down the road at U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings, that brand new stadium built and had its inaugural season in 2017. So new stadium, and there are some new contenders for the Division I men's basketball championship. this team would not be here without the leadership of Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, who combined for 50 points in the overtime win over Kentucky. They were able to stay strong, force some turnovers. Anthony McLemore came up with huge blocks down the stretch, and this team has pulled off an impressive run, a run many were doubtful of before the tournament began. Young kid holding an Okiki Dunbar sign. Chuma Okiki, of course, is the sophomore who had led the team in many categories and who dominated from the three and defensively. Chuma went down with the torn ACL, and Malik, senior, will be graduating. He potentially could be playing his last set of games, or potentially his last game or last 2 games of his career this weekend here in Minneapolis. Virginia is going to need their big power forward, the 6'8" Hunter, to play very strongly in the paint. Without Chuma Okiki, there is not a lot of guys with the athleticism and the length that Auburn has. They'll have to figure out a way to get Anthony McLemore and D'Angelo Purifoy to play tough on Hunter and stop Virginia from scoring in the paint and forcing turnovers, because Virginia cannot score and is not a very good defensive team in the transition. They play slow, they pass it well, however, so Auburn will have to figure out ways of creating defense without a lot of opportunities, and they will need to take those chances that they make. They will not get a lot of them tonight. It has the potential of a low-scoring game, but Auburn definitely has the higher ceiling as far as points being scored. Jared Harper and Bryce Brown, if they can get off to a hot start and bust out of the gate strong, hitting a couple threes early, Virginia may not have the offensive firepower to keep up with the defense, or to keep up with the offense that Auburn has with the defense that Auburn also can play, forcing Virginia to slow the ball down. Sorry, that's a lot of commotion around me. Hard to keep my thoughts straight here and stay focused. The players should be down any minute. There is a huge watch party going on Auburn's campus in Auburn Arena for tonight's game. Many students, family members who could not make the trip to Minneapolis will be in attendance to watch the game. And the players are here in the Tiger Walk. Jared Harper, Malik Dunbar, Javon, Austin Riley, the entire team. Anthony, can I ask you a quick question? There's the team. We are still awaiting Bruce Pearl to walk out, all the players and the assistant coaches. The fans very excited. And the fans are waiting for Bruce Pearl to make his way down. Everyone's got their phones ready. Chants starting. The fans, the alumni, the students are all waiting for head coach Bruce Pearl to make his way down the elevators now. The assistant coaches and the players have all made their way down. Jared Harper, Bryce Brown, Javon McCormick, Anthony McLemore, the Bruce chant starting outside. And here's a couple assistant coaches with Bruce Pearl in the back. And there he is, Bruce Pearl, the head of the Auburn men's basketball program. here to greet the Auburn family before the game. And there's Bruce Pearl. And members of the team there. President Stephen Leith and Athletic Director Al Green are now walking out of the elevator, getting ready to team bus as Auburn makes its first ever Final Four appearance tonight against Virginia. The Tiger Walk is complete. The players are getting ready to go to U.S. Bank to practice before their big game against Virginia and their first ever Final Four program here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The fans are excited. The alumni are ready. Everyone's got their tickets. They were here for the walkout. Bruce Pearl and the players just walked on the bus as it's getting ready to pull out. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We hope that you're rooting for the Auburn Tigers, and War Eagle.